Damn, Bleuu, back at it again with another video. So today I'm going to be telling you guys the day that I suspended 5 times in 1 week. I know, what could I have possibly been doing? What was my problem? What's my issue? How? Why? Okay, so background knowledge. First day at this school, it's not even like school itself, it's this thing called induction. I don't know if you guys have it, but induction at my school is you come 2 or 3 weeks before school actually starts to get a feel of your teachers, your environment, like the systems. So that's what induction is. First day of induction, don't know anyone, first day at this school, basically just trying to be on my best behavior because, you know, I don't want to start anything. Okay, great. So I'm not going to use anyone's actual name because me and this person are actually cool now. Okay, so let's call her Angela. Okay, so there's this thing called brain breakfast that you have to do in the morning. Basically, it's like a sheet of paper with questions on it that you have to answer, and basically it keeps you awake and productive, I guess, to keep your brain fresh, to learn new things for the day. So that's what that was. You're supposed to be silent, and Angela sits next to me and she's humming. And we're supposed to be silent and she's humming. Not humming like a professional hummer, she's all over the place. Okay, so I kindly turn to her and say, hey, hi, how you doing? Could you just stop? She says, okay, sorry, my bad. Yeah, sure, I'll stop because we're supposed to be quiet anyway. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. She's cool. Maybe me and her will hit it off. Later on in the day, around like lunchtime or something, I get called to the dean. Now in my head, I'm just like, why am I getting called to the dean? Is there something wrong? It's not even the first day of school. It's the first day of induction. I'm just trying to, you know, smooth past it. So when I heard dean, I'm obviously like, probably not in trouble. They probably just want information about me or something. So I'm like, okay, cool. Walk down the stairs, all joyful and happy and everything. And get this close to the dean. Like me, this is her, this is me, because I'm actually this short, whatever. This is her, this is me, get that closer, and she can barely look at me. At this point, I'm confused, because I'm like, I don't know you, you don't know me, so how could you possibly not like me right now? So, she tells me to sit down. There's like this bench thing right there at the time. She tells me to sit down, and I sit, obviously, because I don't want to get in trouble or anything. So I sit down, and then Angela comes downstairs, and you know, she just sit, like, the dean literally can look at her. She couldn't look at me, but she looks at Angela. It's like, well, just sit down, honey. I'm like, I ain't get a honey. You just told me to sit down with the worst attitude on Mount Everest. I did not get a honey. I'm very confused. So she calls me over there to her and Angela, and she says, you have the audacity to sit here and call her a half man, half woman. What? So I'm at this point, I'm frustrated, I'm annoyed, and I feel targeted because this is my first day here and I don't know what's going on, and you're accusing me of saying something like that. Whatever. So she's like, we have the audacity to sit here and call her half man, half woman. My initial response was, I do not know what you're talking about. Mind you, this is a 5th grade induction. Don't know anyone, don't have any friends whatsoever, so I'm not trying to get on the bad side of anybody. So I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. She was like, so now you're gonna sit here and lie in my face when there were 2 other witnesses. Two other witnesses saw my mouth the words, half man, half woman. Where? Why? How? On what planet? So she's like, well, Angela, what did you say to her to make her want to call you that? So she's like, well, I was just humming. I know I wasn't supposed to. I was just humming. And she turned to me and she said, can I stop? And I stopped. And then I mistakenly started humming again. And then she called me a half man, half woman. On what planet does any of that even piece together to make any sense whatsoever? So at this point, I'm looking at the dean like, bro, for real? Like, put 2 and 2 together. Does anything right now make any sense? So, you know, it's your first day. They want to make you feel like you not nothing. So, she's looking at me because I'm looking at her like, so she's looking at me, fix your face. Fix my face. Fix my face? Can you fix that female who's lying? And you sitting here believing her? So, short thing short, got suspended that day. Came back the next day because there's this policy where if you get suspended before 12 and your parent comes to pick you up before 12, you can come back the next day. So I came back the next day, you know, quiet, didn't sit nowhere near Angela because only Jesus knows. He knows. So I didn't sit anywhere near Angela. I only have like 2 classes with her. Whatever, great. So, go about the day. Around like 4th, 3rd period, the dean comes into my classroom this time. She comes in, she taps on my desk. So, this is my desk, like that. So I'm like, okay, apparently, she obviously wants something. So, I gather my things and I go downstairs and she says, so for the second time, I'm guessing you didn't learn your lesson from being suspended yesterday and you came back and did the same thing today. Why? Who would do something like that to themselves? Just answer that. Who? Because I don't know. Couldn't be me. So, she's like, as a such and such student, we have a low tolerance for bullying. As a result, instead of being suspended 1 day, you're going to be suspended 2 days. I'm upset. My mom's upset. The person who's picking me up from school who had to leave work is upset that I'm being suspended for something I probably didn't even do, which I didn't. So, long story short, got sent home, didn't come back till Thursday, so that's 3 days already. No, didn't come back till Wednesday, so that's 2 days already. So I came back Wednesday. I had to do this whole apology thing to the entire school and to the person. It's what we do. So I had to do that. I'm like, okay, whatever. So now this is all over. Hopefully I can just go mind my business and not have to, deal with this anymore. So I'm like, okay, last day, I'm not gonna do it. So now it comes to the end of the day. And always at the end of the day, you have this thing called checkout where you have to check all your homework out, make sure that you have all your assignments before you leave the building, because homework is life, apparently, and it's all you have time for. So we have this thing called checkout, and we have to go do it, and we have to do it. It's mandatory. Okay, great. So we're doing that, and then Angela comes up to me. She's like, I don't know what's been happening, but I honestly didn't mean to get you suspended. I'm obviously not going to say anything to her, so I didn't say anything to her because I don't want her to make up another lie saying that I called her or something. I surely did not. So I didn't say anything to her. Probably the worst mistake I ever made. I'm walking out the building. As I'm walking out the building, Dean calls me in with my 5th grade English teacher, and she's like, well, we want to know what's your problem with you and this girl before you get suspended. Before you get suspended? Before I get suspended? So you're planning on suspending me? I want to clear that up. You're going to suspend me again? So she's like, well, obviously we have to, because once again, we don't have a tolerance for bullying. So I'm like, in your right mind, as a human being, when you've been made an example of, been suspended, you've had your consequence and everything, as a human being, you want to tell me that you wouldn't stop doing the thing that you're getting in trouble for? You continue to do it. So at this point, I'm like, maybe, I don't know, just maybe you should check that student and not me. Maybe I'm not the problem. So I got suspended that day. 5 days suspension. I'm pissed. My mom's pissed. Whatever, got suspended. We're gonna fast forward just a tad bit, a few years. So like 9th grade, okay? We're in high school now, so 9th grade. Fast forward, me and Angela, we're not cool, we're like acquaintances, we don't really talk or whatever. She comes up to me, she's like, I have to tell you something. I'm like, okay, whatever. So, because I'm obviously not as petty as I was in 5th grade. She says, I know you didn't call me a half man, half woman. I was told to because I wanted to fit in with the in crowd. What the